What's up, folks? Today I'm going to hit you with a quick video on some wraparound handguards. These are the TUSK D-Flex and D-Flex Pro. Just going to go over the differences between the two and show you how they look on this bike here. Anybody who is familiar with my channel knows that I had the D-Flex standard handguards on the KLX300 to begin with. So first off, the price difference on these, the D-Flex Pros, which I have installed right now, are $55. The D-Flex MX style, as they call them, wraparound guards, are $52, I believe. $51. Now, first thing is here, you'll see with the D-Flex MX style, you get this MX hand shield. You get your wraparound aluminum bar. Then of course you have your hardware here that installs in the end of your bar. Now, when you get them, they come with this right here. Is if you have thick walled aluminum bars, you'll put them in the end of the bar just like this. If you have steel bars, which are thinner walled, they give you this rubber tube type hose to put over this insert and then shove it in your steel bar. Both systems, this is exactly the same on the Flex and the Flex Pro, along with your handlebar clamp is exactly the same whether you buy the D-Flex standard or the D-Flex Pro. These will be exactly the same. Where you get into the difference is your wraparound aluminum bar right here. What I will do is I'm going to try to figure out. You can see here kind of the difference, hopefully, between the two here somehow. You can see this is the D-Flex standard. It has kind of this flat little shallow angle here as it wraps around, where on the D-Flex Pro it's kind of a gentle wide bend coming around here. Now if you'll notice, I have the balls cut off of both of my levers, clutch and brake, and that was because due to this style of bend on the D-Flex standard, this section of the bend right here goes in toward the levers and it would contact the balls. So you could move your levers either drastically lower or higher than this or vice versa, but then you can't position these where you actually like them and they feel comfortable because you're trying to work around this bar. But if you'll notice, what I like about the D-Flex Pro is they come out very wide. They have a very wide sweep, and I would not have to cut the balls off of my levers. I could position this lever anywhere inside of here on both sides, whether it be the brake or the clutch, and it would not hit this bar. That's what I like about the D-Flex Pro. And also, up here where these D-Flex Pros come around onto this mount, I have no spacers in here. Now, when I had the D-Flex mounts on, I had these washers in here for a spacer, and I had to have them on this side right here due to the bolt right here in the master cylinder. But if you'll notice on the D-Flex Pro, it just clears it enough, and the reason being is the D-Flex Pro, they have a sharper bend on them as they come down to this bolt. Therefore, it actually allows me to have clearance over the bolt here and down through on top. One thing about these D-Flexes, what I like, they actually use the same size millimeter Allen wrench tool for every bolt. So you only need one tool in your backpack if you would ever have an issue with these, and you got to take them off or tighten them or move them if you lay the bike over. Now the shields, I've been running these MX shields for years on all of my bikes. Now of course the other two bikes here, I have the Enduro Engineering handguards on, which are similar in style to the TUSK D-Flex, but these are still offer much more protection as far as wind and mud than even the Enduro Engineering. And you can see here is the standard style right here. That's the MX style, and you can kind of, I guess I don't want to hold them up to it and cover it up, but you can see with the two there, there's much more coverage. These are much wider top to bottom, and of course they wrap around on the side also, whereas when you look at these two from the top, there's much less wraparound. There's probably an inch more wraparound on the D-Flex Pro. And also you have these little air holes here on the bottom of the D-Flex Pro. I mean on the D-Flex Standard. On the Pro, you don't have any holes here, so you're not getting that little bit of extra cold air up through to your hands, although you are getting some here, but basically that is not even near your grip. That's over here towards your thumb controls. Now I have not ridden with these yet. It's kind of getting colder here in Pennsylvania, being we're getting towards the end of October. And I do have heated grips on this bike now, but this should help with wind protection. And also, as far as the shields mounting on, the TUSK D-Flex has two holes, one right here, one right here, that screw on. The bars are tapped. Now, of course, on the D-Flex Pro, you have 1, 2, 3 mounting holes. And in case you were wondering, what I was going to do originally was, okay, these were installed on my bike, the D-Flex Standard with the MX guards. I was just going to get these shields and try to screw them on. But as I said, you can see here, you probably can't tell in the video, but these two holes here do line up with the two holes on the standard bar, but the contour is different. You see the bend on this? And this bend is not as drastic right here, so you could screw these on, but you would probably have to use some type of heat from a heat gun or a torch to soften this up, and then you could probably get it to fit the bend of this, and you probably wouldn't even necessarily have to tap it and put the screw in the end because you have the other two screws holding it. But you could put them on. It would just take a little bit of extra effort if you wanted to swap out the MX style shield. Keep your MX, keep your original D-Flex bars, and throw the Pro shield on. I think you could get it on to where it would be on the bike. The bend would just be off a little bit in this area right here. But like I said, these I definitely will stay with the Pros because you have this clearance where you don't got to cut your balls off of your levers. And like I said, I do not have to use the washers in here like I had on the Standard right here. And there you see how they both look. So there you go. For only a couple bucks more, you might as well go with the D-Flex Pro and get those because I think they are definitely a little bit better as far as mounting. Like, subscribe, get on your Cowie, get outside. See ya.